In the misty countryside of Yorkshire, England, lived Oliver Blackwood, the last of an ancient lineage known as Dream Keepers. For over 1,000 years, his family had protected humanity's most precious gift, the ability to dream. But now, at 28, Oliver faced a world where dreams were slowly disappearing. It began subtly. People in London reported sleeping through entire nights without a single dream. Sleep clinics in Manchester recorded unprecedented cases of dreamless sleep. Psychiatrists in Birmingham noticed their patients losing creativity, hope, and imagination. The phenomenon spread like a silent plague across England, then Europe, then the world. Oliver understood what others couldn't. Someone was stealing humanity's dreams. His grandfather had warned him about this day before passing away 5 years earlier. "The Shadow Weavers will return, Oliver," the old man had whispered on his deathbed. "They feed on dreams, turning vibrant visions into nightmares, hope into despair. You must stop them, or humanity will lose its soul." The Shadow Weavers were ancient entities from a realm parallel to Earth, beings who survived by consuming the energy of human dreams. Centuries ago, the Dream Keepers had banished them, creating a mystical barrier between worlds. But that barrier was weakening. Oliver's cottage in the Yorkshire Dales was more than a home. It was a sanctuary filled with crystalline dream catchers that his ancestors had crafted. Each one contained fragments of the most beautiful dreams ever dreamed. A child's first flight, a lover's reunion, an artist's masterpiece coming to life, a mother's lullaby echoing through eternity. The cottage also held the Wineric Codex, a leather-bound book that recorded every dream technique passed down through generations. Oliver spent his days studying its pages, learning to enter the dream realm, a mystical dimension where all human dreams existed as living landscapes. The crisis deepened when Oliver's childhood friend, Emma Watson, a doctor at St. Bartholomew's Hospital in London, called him in desperation. "Oliver, it's getting worse," Emma said, her voice trembling through the phone. "We have patients falling into comas because they can't dream. Children are forgetting how to imagine. Artists can't create. Writers stare at blank pages. It's like humanity is losing its ability to hope." That night, Oliver performed the most dangerous ritual his family knew, the dream walk. He consumed a potion made from rare herbs found only in the Scottish Highlands, lit candles infused with moonlight, and lay down surrounded by his ancestors' dream catchers. As consciousness faded, Oliver's spirit separated from his body and entered the dream realm. What he saw horrified him. The once vibrant dimension was being consumed by darkness. Beautiful dreamscapes were transforming into twisted nightmares. The palace of childhood innocence had become a haunted mansion. The gardens of love had withered into a graveyard of broken hearts. The library of infinite stories was burning, its books turning to ash. At the center of this devastation stood the Shadow Weaver Queen, Morrigan, a being of pure darkness with eyes like black holes and fingers that turned dreams to dust. She commanded an army of shadow weavers who moved like living smoke, devouring every beautiful vision they encountered. So, the last Dreamkeeper finally arrives. Morrigan's voice echoed like thunder. "Your ancestors delayed the inevitable, but now humanity's dreams belong to us. Soon, your world will know only despair." Oliver realized that Morrigan wasn't just stealing dreams, she was replacing them with nightmares, poisoning humanity's subconscious with fear, hatred, and hopelessness. If she succeeded, humans would lose their capacity for love, creativity, and joy. The battle began immediately. Oliver wielded weapons forged from pure imagination, a sword of crystallized laughter, a shield made from children's bedtime stories, armor woven from lovers' promises. But the Shadow Weavers were powerful, and Oliver was alone. As the fight raged, Oliver discovered something devastating. His own dreams were being consumed. Each Shadow Weaver he defeated cost him a precious memory. His first kiss was Sarah, his childhood friend, who died in a car accident. His mother's warm embrace, his father's proud smile when Oliver graduated university. But Oliver pressed on, driven by duty and love for humanity. He fought through the nightmare forests, climbed the tower of forgotten hopes, and crossed the desert of abandoned dreams, each step costing him more of himself. In the final confrontation, Morrigan revealed her ultimate plan. "Your realm and ours will merge," she declared. "Humanity will live in perpetual nightmare, feeding our kind for eternity." Oliver was exhausted, his dream weapons dimming as his own imagination faded. But then he remembered his grandfather's final lesson. "Sometimes, Oliver, the greatest victory requires the ultimate sacrifice." Understanding flooded through him. There was only one way to save humanity's dreams. He had to become one with the dream realm itself, using his life force to rebuild the barrier between worlds. Oliver began the eternal dream ritual, a technique so dangerous it had been forbidden for centuries. He opened his heart and mind, releasing every dream he'd ever had, every hope he'd cherished, every love he'd felt. His memories flowed out like liquid light, building sandcastles with his sister Kate on Brighton Beach, studying ancient texts at Oxford University, falling in love with Sarah during a sunset walk through the Cotswolds, the pride in his grandfather's eyes when Oliver mastered his first dream technique. Each released memory became a weapon against the Shadow Weavers. Oliver's love for Sarah manifested as golden chains that bound Morrigan. His childhood joy created blazing phoenixes that scattered her army. His dedication to protecting others formed an impenetrable shield around the dream realm's core. But the ritual demanded everything. Oliver felt himself dissolving, becoming one with the dreams he protected. "No!" Morrigan screamed as cracks appeared in her form. "You're destroying yourself for nothing. Humans will forget you. They'll never know what you sacrificed." Oliver smiled as his physical form began to fade. "That's what makes it worthwhile," he whispered. "True heroism isn't about being remembered. It's about ensuring others can dream of becoming heroes themselves." With his final breath in the dream realm, Oliver spoke the ancient words that would seal the barrier forever. "By love given freely, by dreams shared gladly, by hope never abandoned, let the light endure." A brilliant explosion of pure imagination erupted from Oliver's sacrifice. The Shadow Weavers were banished back to their realm, the barrier between worlds was restored, and the dream realm began healing itself. Oliver's consciousness scattered across every human dream on Earth. He became the gentle voice that whispered courage to frightened children, the inspiration that sparked artists' creativity, the hope that lifted lovers' hearts, the imagination that fueled inventors' breakthroughs. Back in Yorkshire, Oliver's body was found peacefully sleeping in his cottage, surrounded by dream catchers that now glowed with renewed light. Though his physical form lived on, those who knew him understood that Oliver Blackwood, the man, was gone. In his place lived Oliver Blackwood, the eternal guardian of human dreams. Emma visited his cottage and found it transformed into a museum of dreams, preserved by some mystical force. The Oniric Codex now wrote itself, recording new dreams as they were born. The dream catchers multiplied, ensuring that beautiful visions would never again be threatened. Around the world, people began dreaming again. Children imagined flying through clouds made of cotton candy. Artists painted masterpieces that had never existed before. Writers crafted stories that transported readers to magical realms. Lovers dreamed of perfect futures together. No one knew the name Oliver Blackwood, but everyone felt his presence. In every child's bedtime story, every artist's inspiration, every lover's promise, every dreamer's hope, there lived the spirit of the last dream keeper who gave up his own dreams so that humanity could dream forever. The cottage in Yorkshire still stands, mist-shrouded and magical, waiting for the day when the next dream keeper might be needed. But until then, Oliver's sacrifice endures, ensuring that as long as humans exist, they will never stop dreaming of a better tomorrow.